That time DGP visited and saw me looking after intelligence wing, and he asked me, "You are not of the age of collecting intelligence. You should go to district." Okay. So on the next day, I received order to join in a district as subdivisional police officer.
I think that is the most prestigious one.
Yeah, it's a prestigious posting. And that time Tripura was actually having a lot of extremist problem. So in my subdivision, I had a very difficult time. I served there about 3.5 years. Then I was shifted in an armed police battalion. There I had a lot of difficulties. I lost 3 of my colleagues in an encounter. We were able to kill about 4 extremists. That time it was tough time. So thereafter I was elevated to additional SP. I was put in West Tripura district in Agartala. There I had pretty long, about 4.5 years tenure. Then I managed the Secretariat Security and Governor Security. Thereafter I was elevated to the rank of SP, and I was given to Command a Training Academy. I commanded a training academy. Training academy again is a big thing. It prepares syllabus, futuristic syllabus for police forces, trains people, and prepares force for future assignments. Again, from there I was posted in a battalion. That battalion posting was actually a turning point in my career. There I had a lot of successes. I was able to eliminate dozens of extremists, recovered hundreds of weapons including AK-47, LMG and all. I lost about one section of my boys. And
one section is how many?
About 10 people, 11 people in ambushes. I lost my PG, personal guard, just face to face fight.
But I think you are so lucky to survive all these things.
So lucky. I had more than 100 encounters.
My God.
More than 100 encounters. I lost my escort vehicle. Entire escort vehicle was exploded and all died.
I think who was saving all these difficulties through all these difficulties?
Yes, blessings of you all. Blessings of you all.
Okay,
and just about my personal guard, it was at twilight hours. We were in an ambush, and suddenly he said, "Sir, I feel I'm bleeding." Then I said, "No, I had no gunshot. Nothing is there." He said, "No, sir, it is bleeding." I touched his back, and I saw that water is oozing out from his back. And he was fired from this silencer with a rifle with silencer.
Okay.
So just we are standing. It's a 12 inches here and there, means I was the casualty. So he died.
I think you must be the prime target every time because of your leadership role.
Yes. So it's destiny. It's a second here and there. So I survived all this thing. And by recognizing my all tough posting and difficulties, government decided to put me in police headquarters. I served in police headquarters as a AIG training, AIG Armed Police, and
Assistant Inspector General.
Assistant Inspector General of Police. So many assignment in police headquarters. Pretty long tenure. About 5 years I worked there.
Oh, great!
And many futuristic works I did. Again, after completion of my 5 years, I am overdue for the transfer. Actually, 4 years is our maximum tenure.
Okay.
So I was overdue for the tenure. Then government decided to post me out. But again, they wanted to utilize me in many constructive ways. So they posted me in a battalion which looks after ONGC security. From there, officially I am in ONGC security, but I take care of many critical assignment of the department. Regularly. I stay in Agartala only, although my battalion is deployed throughout the state. I keep working there.
Mainly focusing on the security of ONG's part, right?
Yeah.
What is your designation as a commandant?
As a commandant, I focus on the security of ONGC, but ONGC security is a stereotype kind of duties. It's access control, then their escorts, their rig sites, their explosives and other things. It's junior forces do it.
Okay. being a commandant, how many stars and that rank? How many stars you put? Two ranks
It is
and two
national
stars.
emblem and 1 star.
1 star.
It is in CAPF. It is 2 star.
Okay.
Central Armed Police.
Like a car, it's like a colonel.
Collar badge. It is the moment one state cadre officers becomes eligible for IPS induction. He puts collar badge.
Okay.
Collar ribbon.
Did you get that?
No,
or
I
going
did not
to
get it because I am not in the queue for IPS induction.
More seniority required?
Not more seniority, vacancy required.
Oh, I see. Okay. Number,
number
of vacancies are very less.
I am due for last 10 years.
My God.
I am due for last 10 years.
So you should otherwise you should have got IPS tag 10 years back.
Our batchmates are waiting for becoming IG in West Bengal. Yeah.
Okay.
This
So
Joyraman, possibly you know.
Yeah,
his
I know
name.
him. I talked to him. He was to speak also. Now he is traveling to Hyderabad, same police academy. He said maybe next week we will come and speak. So he has become an additional Director General of Police.
Joyraman and me were together in police training academy. He was undergoing IPS training. I was undergoing TPS training.
Yeah, Tripura Police Service. Acha, same time. Okay.
We are together.
Yeah, so you know each other?
I know him. We speak. Sometimes we speak.
Yeah, what about that Mr. Venkatraman from Chennai, Tamil Nadu? He also become additional Director General of Police. He was telling me. Mr. Jayaraman was telling me that one more person is there in Tamil Nadu. That is Mr. Venkatraman.
Actually, I am not aware of him. I heard his name, but I never had person-to-person communication.
Okay. He was also telling me he had his name, but he did not have his details and all. Anyway, so it's good that our people are in all the fields, everywhere.
Many judicial officers are there in our state with Air Force background. There are. Then again, I was referring my professor in my college who encouraged me to join Air Force. Her husband was corporal who became a judicial officer and recently has retired as a Chief Justice from our state.
Chief Justice of
Tripura High Court.
High Court?
Yeah.
Corporal?
He was corporal.
My God, I think you should give his details.
He remains very low profile actually.
No issue, but let him be low profile, but its story is going to inspire lots of other people, younger generations.
I'll ask next time. Someday I'll go to him and I'll have a word with him and I'll see if he's contacting with you.
Yeah, tell the story of ABA. Then he will realize the importance of himself. No, he cannot be isolated from the entire our fraternity. He will enjoy getting connected with our society. I mean, with our fraternity. So that he will know what is his greatness and what is the greatness of Air Force.
I'll try.
Really, I think it's quite interesting to know that somebody else is there. So far, we were thinking only High Court judge was there. Now you are saying if Chief Justice is there, is something great for us. We have gone one rank up.
Yeah. So I'll tell him. Yeah. And her brother was this instructor in FIS, flying instructor school, who died in a crash. He was a Jaguar pilot.
Okay.
It's a Air Force family. So that part of that lady is.
Oh, really? I think because of that one word, to join. Why don't you join Air Force kind of thing? That helped you to come to Air Force. Really great. So now you are now almost group captain level, right?
Group captain level.
So I think we are really proud of you. AVA is also proud of you. I think we also wish you that you should get that IPS tag as well as soon as possible.
IPS actually thing is that all state police service officers after 8 years of service they are eligible for IPS.
Yes.
Subject to availability of vacancies. Ours being a very small state, our IPS cadre is very small.
Okay.
So those who are holding the offices, unless they retire, the vacancies will not arise, and vacancies will not arise means next person will not get.
In our group, that DIG, our TRK Murthy is there. Yeah. He was to get up. Yeah, he was also saying that he was to get after 9 years, but he got after I think 15 years at IPS. But finally, he got it. Anyway, we wish that you should also get it. You deserve to be given that. And then so how is the life now as a commandant at the commandant level?
It's a quite fulfilling. It's a fulfilling life. Once you achieve the rank of SP and commandant, actually in uniform services, commanding unit is more fulfilling than holding other offices.
Okay.
Because you directly control, say, a command and controls about 1200 people.
Really great.
Yeah, 1200 people. And 1200 people means lot of assignments, managing men, preparing them for higher responsibilities, taking up familiarities of each and every person. These are all good things, and you enjoy dealing with interpersonal issues,
Okay.
family issues, and further post-retirement issues also comes.
So it
So it's
means it is quite exciting and challenging both.
It's a quite exciting things. And professionally, if one is sound, he faces very little difficulty, because a person like me,
like you.
over the years, it has become very easy for me to deal with such a situations. And Air Force helped me to see people's face and understand the problem associated with the person.
Yeah, so, always now our people always stand out in all walks of life. How do you prove within your own organization? What is the comparison between you and the other civilian officers? Is there any special kind of
yes,
recognition for you?
I am treated as an exceptional.
Yeah, that's the power of Air Force. That's the power of Air Force.
Yes, in each and every matters concerning the department, most of the time my seniors consult me and they say, we are going to do this, tell your assessment. So that gives me a lot of happiness, lot of fulfillment, that at least they think that I am someone who can give some ideas on things.
Yeah, I think you get the respect, yes, you get the honors, and everywhere, not only here, even in the bank or in other organizations, wherever our people are there, they always stand out comparing with other civilian counterparts. So that is because of our learnings from the airport. So yes, greatness to
here this ex-serviceman forum, they keep calling me most of the times. I join sometimes.
Definitely,
and,
yeah.
And director Sainik Welfare, he also consults me on many issues. Okay. And certain issues related to our people, I speak to the government machineries, help out certain things, finding employment to some of the army people here and there. So all these things, I open my doors for everybody. So here I remain connected with whatever way possible. Is whether it is ex-serviceman forum, we have created a small air veterans cell also here.
That's really good. I think you have to hold some function where we can come and see you all.
We are all connected here, and in the department, most of the time I receive special attention. So this all comes from the background I carry along, and I suggest certain things, and my seniors, they happily and gracefully accept this, and I truly carry forward the message of Air Force and try to work like an ambassador, so that people feel that it's a great place and it's a great platform to put their people, put their children.
Yeah,
nice thing.
Yeah, it's a great organization.
I thank you very much for every time putting me on the rail whenever I am not in touch.
Yeah, please. but you have let your story inspire the world. That's my point.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Okay, so how do you differentiate the services of Indian Air Force and police service?
Indian Air Force has a rule. It's a defined rule, but police service has everything in it. It's a very wide spectrum of works in police service. Police has to respond all calls from the society.
Yes.
All calls from the society, and I think police service has a lot of things to do, because ours is such a diverse society. Problems are more and expectations are more. We still have to go a long way to meet the aspirations of our people, and there are a lot of organizations in the police department working on it. One is Bureau of Police Research and Development, BPRND. It's in Delhi. There are very, very senior officers continuously working on it, how to deliver services to the people, life, property, and security should be made available to society.
Okay.
Policing is more challenging, policing is more diverse, and policing require to improve upon, because human nature is so dynamic, so changing. Today you look at certain things, you say it's fine, tomorrow you say no, this is not fine. So again, police has to reorient to the new
Yes.
expectations.
To the changing times.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing your wonderful journey both in Indian Air Force and in police service. Now, I think we are very happy to have you in our Hyderabad meeting also on October 31st and 30th, when we celebrated get together and grand felicitation of all 71 war heroes and also the amazing air veterans like you. So thank you once again for joining that function with Madam also. How do you feel about that function for the first time?
It was wonderful, because the beginning was so good, and the journey will be more enjoyable and meaningful. It should be meaningful. Okay. And whatever you are doing, I think someday this platform will be able to achieve great heights. There should be people down the line. I think you should start nurturing person like us, so that
no, I am learning from you all, from the story of all.
nurturing people like us to work on nationalistic attitude and aptitude, because we should build the nation.
Yeah,
we should build the nation. It is in our heart, in our blood, and nation should see some of our trusted sons are continuously working, striving for uplifting.
Betterment. Yeah, in this regard, now our AVA Pune chapter is also conducting a mega program on 5th June, where we see, I think, maybe around 300 people are going to have a get together there. And whoever missed our function that day, they are going to felicitate them also. And in the same way, I think Indore also conducted that kind of function, having their own chapter. So my request to you would be to have such kind of AVA chapter in the Northeast, so that we can have that community of interest and start exchanging our visits or our thoughts, whatever it is, in the interest of the nation. One day we can do that with you being there.
Any contact in Assam and other states, if you can get basic information, then I can take the initiative and I can work.
Yeah, we have our group leader Gohen sir, the great painter, painting our 71 war photos and all. He's from Guwahati.
Okay.
Yeah, the other day he also joined our meeting there.
Oh, I saw him in the Hyderabad.
Yeah, he came to Hyderabad. Yes, with Madam.
With ma'am.
Yeah. So, we have some of our air warriors on the call. What would be your message out of your learnings from Air Force and also from police? What message would you like to give us? My
message is very simple. Whatever we do, let us do it sincerely.
Okay.
Nothing big, nothing small. Anything gives you satisfaction, that is the big thing. Anything takes away your satisfaction, it is not at all big thing.
So follow your heart.
And if you can pass on some great thing to your siblings, that will be the great service to the nation. Let the blood come with a nationalistic fervor, and nation should be first and everything.
Of course, that has been our motto. So, by the way, what about your kids?
My son was actually working with a multinational, and recently he is planning to start his own small activity. Okay. Let it develop, then I'll certainly contact with you. We wish him all the best. And my daughter is preparing for civil services. Now she is doing a small job with the Zomato. She is in HR team of Zomato, and preparing for civil services. So what is your further plan after retirement from police? I'll be working with many platforms available for the soldiers, societies, and whatever society has given me, I'll try to give back to the society. That's really great. That is thank you so much, Mr. Ananta Das, for sharing your story, that inspiring story to all of us. And now we'll request our other participants to interact with you. Firstly, let us start with Brigadier Ajit Apte sir. He is a 71 war hero. Yes, sir.
Apte, sir.
Thank you, Mr. TVR. Firstly, my apologies. I was on another call which I had mentioned to you on the WhatsApp, but I can definitely join in. I have great respect for all of you. I've been mentioning this in all my, number of interactions and all these video conferencing calls of the 71 war. And I always tell my Air Force officer friends that it's like the man behind the machine and people like you who have been either at the ATC or flight engineering staff, who have ensured that the fighter aircraft, the helicopters and all are always airborne. I think great credit must go to you. You are the silent heroes, and nothing can take off from the ground unless people like you have dedicated service and commitment. So on that note, Mr. Anant Das, I have heard of him, and he is in the police force, and that is also a force which wears the uniform. And we have a number of army people and from the defense services, especially the army and the air force, who have migrated onto the police platform. Now, to rise to the level which Mr. Anant Das has done is, I think, very creditable, and I would like to compliment him. Very great show. The work in the police force is multifarious and it is tricky. As he very correctly said, in the Air Force, Army and Navy, there is a set standard operating procedure. There is a lot of discipline and there are certain protocols which are followed. Unfortunately, the police are dealing with some citizens, I won't say all, but some citizens who lack self-pride, who lack the national spirit and who lack discipline, and they are only out to flout rules and regulations. And our police people, poor people, they are so hard pressed. They don't have the facilities like we in the armed forces have. Our mess, the manner in which our leaders or commanders look after that kind of bonding, I think is not up to the mark in the police. And I'm saying that with a lot of confidence because both my uncles were in the police, one in the Imperial Police, which is known as the IP, and the other one IPS, and both retired as Director General of the police, that is the DG of Maharashtra and DG of Delhi. And so I know what have confessed to me that they have great admiration for the armed forces. Unfortunately, the police is not under the Ministry of Defense, they are under the Home Ministry. And they can be changed at the drop of a hat because there is too much of politics, they are connected with that. They are not like the Ministry of Defense. So a police DG can be shifted out or a police commissioner can be shifted out at the whims and fancies of a politician.
Yes, sir.
That is where they don't have that ground stability. But despite that, I think let's give them credit. I have seen the poor police people's job. So I must compliment Mr. Anant Das, what he is doing and what he will be doing. And my message to him is that if he can inculcate amongst the police force the discipline values, the standard operating procedures of the armed forces, the Air Force, I think he'll be doing great yeoman service. That is point number one. Point number two, Sahib, your programs are an ample opportunity for people to view their various points, and this is a good platform for us all to learn. I have learned a lot, and I have heard many of you JWOs and MWOs. It's an education for us. So I will thank you, and I'm also happy that you're giving an opportunity to everyone to give out his success story. After all, nothing succeeds like success. And there are numerous examples where people have risen from the grassroots level to head their organizations. On that note, I must compliment all of you. Each one who's on this channel has contributed significantly to the Air Force and to other platforms or verticals that they are supporting. Thank you very much. And Mr. Anant Das, I must compliment you. Very nice. Let me wish you good luck, success to all of you in whatever you plan to do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, in fact, just now our Ananta Das told us that one of our corporal has become Chief Justice of a High Court. So that is the standard. I mean, that is the greatness of our Air Force, really.
I must just tell you one thing. The regiment which I fought the 71 war with,
yes, sir.
My father founded that regiment in 1956.
Yes, sir.
The first commanding officer, he was a Second World War veteran, and he converted the Dogra battalion from infantry to artillery. Later, when I joined the regiment in 1970, one of the recruits of that Dogra regiment
Sir.
was with me in the war. And what gave us great pride were, I must tell you, that recruit's son, Indian Army, joined the regiment and joined the same regiment. And what gave us more happiness was that he was selected to command the regiment.
That is really great, sir. Really.
Taking over command, all of us went to Faridkot and we were there, and the people who have commanded my regiment, my father was the first commanding officer, I was the 15th commanding officer. It was commanded by people who later became Army Vice Chief, Director General's Artillery, and even Governor of a state. We all were there to pip this boy, who commanding officer of the same regiment where his father was a recruit, or what you can call as your airman.
Really great, sir.
That is the beauty of the Indian Armed Forces,
Sir.
that even an airman's son can command the same squadron or whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir.
What happened in my regiment. So I want to give this example that as Mr. Ananta and all of you, your children, your progeny, they have done great work. And I think that is the hallmark of our Indian Armed Forces. So
Yes,
we
sir.
take pride in it. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Nurul Hassan, sir, to interact with our today's guest.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Acha, yeah, okay. Nurul sir, bhai.
In Chennai, I am just about to catch the bus to Kanyakumari.
Acha, okay.
Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. It is a great heights that one of our veteran has reached such a high post, and it is totally inspiring to all to listen, especially being in the state police services. He would have come across so many political pressure. I just want to know from him that how he could suppress such intimidations and political pressure.
Yeah, how could he manage all the political pressures in the discharge of his duties?
Yeah, being
Yes,
a state service, state police service.
It's a question I was waiting so long
to answer.
will be asked. Listen to everybody and do justice to your conscience and go by rule book.
Okay. But politicians don't mind whether a rule or no rule, but they want that whatever they say.
They will shift you. They will shift you if you are very harsh, and they will go along with you if you are not harsh. You should be. One should be able to convince them.
Okay.
It should be a convincing reply. You see, what people simply say that I am under political pressure, it is seldom true.
Okay.
Because the person who is asking me to do something, possibly he is not aware of the rule book.
Okay.
The person should be politely and firmly told that, sir, your request stands here. Now, if I go by your request, then I land into jail and you follow me.
Okay.
So, you tell me whether we both should land in the jail.
Good
Then
reply.
he will coolly say, you follow the rule book.
Good.
Some people,
those incidents must have happened to you.
yeah, some people try to get something, extra things. See, if I am close to some politician, it never means that I should follow his dictate. I should take benefit for my people, whatever he can give it to me. Suppose I am commanding a battalion, I have connectivity problem for one of my location where my force lives. So my request to the DM may not work. But if I ask the politician and say, sir, you have a fund, 1 crore, why don't you place 5 lakhs with the DM and make a road for me?
Okay.
He will happily do it, and he will try to make some propaganda that he did it.
Yes.
So I should offer him opportunity to publicize his views. Okay, and I should take benefit. And it's not that I'll hold his hand and take a photograph and put in my office to frighten others that I am very close with the politician. That should not be the attitude.
So normally people do like that.
Yes, some officers, they take photo with politicians, put in their office so that others are frightened.
Okay.
So it depends on the person, his perception about the politics, and his ability to deal with the politicians.
That's right, ability to deal. Yes.
Yes. I think, sir, I got my answer.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Nurulji. Okay, good question. Yeah, Chinese sir, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another
Sir,
hero.
good evening, sir.
Good evening,
That's
sir.
sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, and good evening to everyone, sir. Sir,
Yeah, good.
I have worked in the Home Department of Maharashtra State for 19 years. Though I am not closely related to the police force, but they were related to me. So I came across with all IPS, IAS officers in the Mantralaya, Mumbai. So whatever the question now asked to you, in that respect, I also wanted to ask you the same question. But the answer which you have given to us is okay. It is all right. But whatever my experience is there, it is the only 80% the police officers are influenced by the politicians. Only 10% those who are IPS, IS officers are there. They work of their own. And another thing I want to ask you, sir, what is your opinion or corruption in the police force and how much percentage it is there and how people are dealing with this? And some officers, they are also, I think, they are on the payroll of some other, can say, all anti-corruption or terrorists like that. They are helping them. They are on the payroll of those people. And what is your opinion about that and what do you want to say about that? And another one is that, sir, you joined in the state category or the IPS officer category. What was your category?
Sir, if I have correctly heard you, then you put me three questions. One is you see only IPS people are doing honestly and you don't see others are able to work honestly or avoiding the pressure of politics.
Yes, sir.
I won't say you are not properly assessing. I would say things are reverse. I see constabulary, sub-inspectors are much more stronger than the officers' fraternity. The person who has come from a village or who has come from a very humble family, he has seen difficulties created by the administration for the common people. And it is in his mind to ensure that such things are not happen to others. I saw brilliant officers, sub-inspectors I'm telling, sub-inspectors, inspectors, they sacrifice their positions and they don't follow the dictate and they do very honestly. In the other way, IPS officers, they shift their colors very quickly. Today you see in your state the Agadi government and tomorrow you see the
Yes.
BJP government and tomorrow morning you will see the IPS officers where they are heading. Just next morning you will see where they are heading. And the sub-inspector who was SHO of a particular police station, he remains the sub-inspector of that police station and he continues to deal with both the group of the politicians with equal fittings. They don't come to limelight because they work. They least bother about what people say, what people do not say. People, those who come to limelight, they are more dangerous. People, those who do not come in limelight, they are real people. They don't bother about publicity. They don't want media to come and take his photograph and give in newspaper. They want the people in his jurisdiction, they do it well. And the corruption, I tell you, sir, if money is flooded around you and if you don't take, then I'll say you are honest. And if you don't find money around you and you say you are not taking any money and you are honest, then I don't believe in this.
Yeah, good answer.
Sir, there are a lot of temptation, If a constable doesn't take money from a smuggler on a check post, the policeman will be killed, thinking that policeman will be catching him or reporting against him. So they will try to neutralize this police constable, thinking that he is an informer or he is extra honest and he will cause harm to the smuggler. This is the condition of a constable. And people, those who are working in departments who can do no harm and who can earn no money, so he remains always honest. That is the reality. A person in police station, when he is hand in glove with all criminals, he is selling very smoothly. The person who is not in hand in gloves with all criminals and corrupt people, he is transferred frequently. So what option remains with the person? He has got also family, he has got also his parents, he has got also his commitment. So this is the real picture in the ground. by seeing from far off places, we understand very little about the pressure and pull in which a police person works. Lot of corruption. People will say, sir, you take 5 lakhs and tomorrow morning you don't go that side. If he goes there, he is killed. If you takes 5 lakhs, he is sick. So what a layman will prefer. That is the constant. That is a problem in the society. You simply just can't say Ananta Das is taking 5 lakhs. Ananta Das is taking 5 lakhs for what reason? You try to look at this. And third thing, I am from a state police officer. It is called DISP entry. There are two entry in the police service. One is ASP entry. It is done by UPSC, and DSP entry. It is done by State Public Service Commission. After certain period of time, DISPs are merged with the IPS, and they, after merging, they continue simultaneously move in the common cadre. Till the time DISP remains a state cadre up to the rank of SP.
So very well clarified. Thank you,
sir. Hope you got my answer.
Yeah, you answered all the 3 questions squarely. Yeah, anybody else, sir? Pillai sir, Muttu Garu, Nandkumar, then we have other people also. So if you want to ask anything, you can unmute and ask anybody, sir. And if no question, then we can wind up.
Thank you, sir.
So I think, thank you, Mr. Ananta Das, Commandant of Tripura Police Service. So thank you for sharing your inspiring story. So really, you are also one of our amazing air veterans, and convey our regards to Madam also, who came to our Hyderabad function.
Thank you, sir.
And keep rocking in the civil society, bringing name and fame to our Air Force. I think, as you said, all our people are definitely standing out in whatever the field they choose. And that's what we are all grateful to our Air Force for making our services great in the civil society. So we'll continue the stories again. Thank you all for joining today's call, sir, particularly our Brigadier Ajit Apte, sir, for joining our call, and Ananta Das for sharing your excellent story, all other our air warriors. Thank you so much for joining today's call. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.